Alright, I have a question to pose for you then. Why don't I need uniqueness? Sure, it's a non-unique disad with a counter plan, and the counter plan generates uniqueness for the disad. What do I mean by generates uniqueness? Any clue? This dude's like, oh no, I'm just gonna play Tetris. See, he doesn't even know I'm talking about him. Because he's not paying attention. Hey Tetris. Wanna pay attention? I was talking about you for like 30 seconds before you looked over. Generates uniqueness. Have you heard of a uniqueness counter plan? Ooh, great. Uniqueness counter plan. Try to rub your eyes out. Uniqueness counter plan. Okay. Hold on. Ready? Alright. If I have a disad, like the spending disadvantage. The spending disad would say US not spending money now. The plan spends money. Spending money destroys the economy, and the economy prevents war. That's the spending disad, right? I'll repeat that. The US does not spend money right now, the government. The plan spends money. Spending money hurts the economy, and the economy is key to prevent war, or critical to prevent war. You got someone here. Yes? Who thinks the United States isn't spending money right now? Who thinks they're spending lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of money? Alright, so is this counter plan unique? Or is this disad unique? Probably not. So in order to get uniqueness for my disad, I need a uniqueness counter plan. Plan, the USFG should not spend money not in the budget. Does that counter plan create uniqueness for the disadvantage? Whoa! Do you think it creates uniqueness for the disadvantage?
Yeah.
Who doesn't? Who's lost? Who is just like, it's way too early, I didn't even get to watch cartoons. Alright. It says, it's just the regular spending disadvantage. It's just the structure of it. So here is my question posed to you. Is that fair? Is it fair? Fiat guarantees what? That your plan is passed, right? You don't argue about it, it's automatically passed. Does anyone disagree? Good. So you guarantee with the counter plan uniqueness for your disadvantage. So the other team cannot read uniqueness. think the US is not spending money that's not in the budget? I mean, they're cutting the budget. I mean, I think that's a relative term. You know, I could cut the budget in this room of laptops and, you know, get rid of 2, and then Obama would wave his wand and there'd be like 800 more in here. So does everyone get that? Why a uniqueness counter plan could fix the uniqueness of a spending disadvantage? Yeah? Alright, critique. Link. The plan is capitalist and sustains capitalism. All right? Impact. Capitalism is being equal equals you die. Something like that. Capitalism causes extinction. I don't know. Read the... How does that happen? I mean, it's probably not true, but things like environmental exploitation, like, I don't know. Capitalists like to pave things, like, I don't know, the rainforest. Sure, I think that would be an impact term. But capitalists also do things like kill animals to build houses and pave rainforests. Now I have my alternative. Let's say for this instance, my alternative is we should violently revolt and destroy capitalism through, hold on a second, through a revolution. Yes.
Can you write in black?
Writing in black is the light reflection. I can barely see anything.
Alternative. Alternative. We should start a revolution to overthrow the inherent structures of capitalism. We should destroy the system of capitalism. Right? What does that do? Does that uniqueness? Do you need to say capitalism is low now? And then say you make it bigger? Does this create uniqueness? You can like raise your hand if you have a guess. Does this create uniqueness? Jimmy, does this create uniqueness? Why? If my alternative solves, capitalism will not exist. So if the plan is capitalist, and re-entrenches capitalism, that links because my alternative gets rid of capitalism. Does that make sense? If I say Jimmy is racist and racism is bad and that we should reject all racist people, if we reject all racist people, we would kick Jimmy out of the room. But the plan links because Jimmy is in the room. In the world of the alternative, Jimmy is in 7-Eleven. So it doesn't need uniqueness because it fiats it. Right? Jimmy's not in the room now, so there's no racism in the room. Jimmy comes in the room, there's lots of racism. Racism is bad. We should reject and throw all racist people in 7-Eleven. Does that make sense? Kind of? Who's lost? Because they're playing Tetris. She looks to see if everyone next to her is playing Tetris too. Is anyone just what are you talking about other than her? Because she just gave me where's the same asylum I'm gonna throw you into? You kind of get it? What do you kind of not get about it? Okay. You have you don't have a computer now. All right? I give you a computer. Right? Having computers is bad. All right? Now watch this. You have a computer. Having computers is bad. My alternative destroys your computer. So you no longer have a computer. So I created uniqueness because you can't have a computer if I throw it on the floor and make it a million pieces, right? Right? Want to try? Do you get that better? Who said no? What don't you get? All right. Being able, George, come here. Being able to see is bad, right? Right? My affirmative plan gives George glasses. Or, no, here's a better example. George does not have glasses now, right? The affirmative gives George glasses. Having glasses is bad. Seeing is evil. That's a disadvantage, right? Here's a critique. Well, first, here's a counter plan. So the disadvantage, the AF gives George glasses, right? So what would the counter plan do? Take them. All right? Here's a critique. The affirmative gives George glasses. Glasses are evil. Alternative, take George's glasses, throw them on the ground and step on them. Oh, I'm not going to do that, George. Do you get that? So the alternative is some sort of action. It's an action that we think we should take. And that action can pretty much be anything that you have evidence for. So for capitalism, I could, read some Marxism and go chant on the street and yell at people. When I see a capitalist, I'll rip their shirt off, throw gasoline on it, and light it on fire. because it's made by the capitalist industry. Yeah.
So like capitalist means like you're against something.
Capitalism means you like money, right? You know, if I take my wallet out and I'm like, hey George, here's $20. Right? That's capitalist, right? Because you saw the look on George's face. George's like, is he really gonna give me $20? Sweet. Right? Whereas in like communism, George might make, or in capitalism, let's say George makes $1.
George.
George is like, I'm gonna steal that. And you make $1. Right? That's not fair, is it? But George can buy 20 Cokes, and you can buy like one of the little bottles. Is that fair? So is capitalism fair? Well, maybe. You know, your parents probably think it is. Do you live in a house that's nice, George? Or an apartment? Yeah. Do you, with $1, live like on the street right outside here? So sometimes it might not be fair, sometimes it might be. In communism, everybody would make the same, right? So my alternative would be everybody makes the same amount of money, and if everybody makes the same amount of money, no one is capitalist anymore, right? Because we all make the same amount of money, so we can't exploit people. Does that make sense? So my alternative for capitalism, in this case, is communism, as George tries to steal all of my money. Yeah.
Is communism possible?
What do you mean?
Like, it's kind of hard to
I mean,
the same ranking people.
The country of Cuba has been capitalist for, or has been communist for, what, since the 40s?
But someone has to be richer than others.
No, they don't. I'm the government. I say you make $5 an hour, you make $5 an hour, you make $5 an hour, and you're a garbage man, you're a brain surgeon, and you're a school teacher. You all make the same. Yeah. Everyone makes the same, no matter what. What if instead of my alternative being communism, it's just I should sit in the corner and think about why capitalism is bad, and therefore I won't be capitalist. You know, sort of like, oh, capitalism.
So this should be conditional for this type of.
Yes. The alternative to a critique can be unconditional, dispositional, or conditional. Just like a counterplan. Because you can not go for the alternative of the critique, and that means you're not going for the critique. Right? Just like you would not go for a counterplan. Yeah.
So do we have to ask like what is the status of your critique?
Sure. I mean, normally stand up. Stand up. The 1MC is a critique and a counterplan. All right? They're both conditional. Alright? This is what you don't do. What's the status of your critique? It's conditional. What does that mean? Alright, so now what's the status of your counter plan? Alright, so what does that mean? Alright, so you can sit down. The rule of thumb is if you read two counter plans or a critique in a counter plan, sometimes, and you should not do this, I don't ask them the status of the counter plan or the critique. Because if they run a critique and a counter plan, they almost have to be conditional. You know, counter plan, don't spend money with the net benefit of the spending this ad, and critique capitalism. Now, that might not be fair because they're contradictory, but you can't go for both of those, so they have to be conditional.
Should I say this is the basic principle for you to think of what you are going to do for your critical thinking?
Yes. Is everyone a little more not scared? I know yesterday it was like, you know, a little bit of like me getting way too excited. Alright? Let's see an example. Alright, shut your computer, or close your computer so I can get on the internet. Is anyone on the internet?
Wait, Jeremy. What?
If you're on the internet, I'll steal your computer so I can do an example. Jimmy, are you on the internet? There you are. Are you on the internet, George? No, if you are, can I use your computer?
Aren't you getting the
Yeah,
access?
come to the computer.
Where's the cable?
It's blocking the projector. Oh, never mind. It looked like it was a little bit.
Oh, I have it.
You do? Can I have your computer? Can I have it? You're checking out your Facebook?
I don't have Facebook.
So I can change your Facebook to I hate Scott Brown with a passion? Like hers this morning?
I deleted your post.